Heal up, heal up, heal up, heal up. Let's talk a little bit of politics. I'm going to show you how Mark Golding and the PMP Tapan Harris take you for an idiot. And you continue, you PMP supporters, comrades, continue to let this man take you for an idiot. Has no respect for your intelligence. As a matter of fact, they do not think you have any intelligence. And this is a problem that I am having with many of you, especially some of you online vloggers, TikTokers, who believe that you are so intelligent and so knowledgeable. Yeah? That Mark Golding could never be using you or exploiting your ignorance and illiteracy level. Now, there is a by-election to be contested in southern Trewlany. Mrs. Philibert is representing the JLP, and Mr. Lloyd Gillens is representing the Independent Party, or the Independent / PMP Party. Or let us just leave the Independent off, representing the PMP. Mr. Gillens is representing the PMP, based on what I am seeing. No, the PMP is in full support of Mr. Gillens. They're there in Southern Trewlany campaigning in full. The top PMP leaders, the Tapan Harris, all of them are in Southern Trewlany campaigning for Mr. Gillens, who's supposed to be an independent candidate. Now, I used to think that when a person is an independent candidate or an independent voter, they are not JLP nor PMP. They are independent, means they are neutral. Yeah? From time to time, people cross over to JLP or PMP, independent voters or candidates cross over to another party. But if you're representing a constituency as an independent voter, how are you aligned with one party more than the other? Because an independent voter is somebody who technically does not agree with what either party represents, That is what an independent voter, in my understanding, supposed to be. Like you say, I don't with JLP, I don't with PMP, I'm independent. That means you're independent of their policies. How is it that Mr. Gillens is being backed by the PMP when I put somebody to contest the by-election? Now, Mr. Gillens, let me ask you something. You don't realize I use you to test the waters because they are afraid to sit or to put someone from the PMP to contest the by-election because they don't want to lose. Because that will, based on what I am assessing, in terms of them not contesting the by-election, them don't want to give Andrew Wilness no winnings. So them rather to use you, Mr. Gillens, to test the water. And then if you have a low voter turnout, because people are already say, yo, I'm not even going to go contest this because Mrs. Philibert are going to win. So people not going to waste them time to turn up in a line. Them come and say, oh, low voter turnout, nobody no vote. Just like they did in St. Anne. So why is the PMP out there campaigning for Mr. Gillens if he's an independent candidate? Because they might use him. But Mr. Gillens, let's say you upset Mrs. Philibert. Yeah? And you are going to challenge the JLP and the PMP in that constituency in the general election. Do you believe Mark Golding and Dayton Campbell them and all them that are all the people that from the PMP that are campaigning for you now. Do you believe they're going to come and campaign for you against a PMP in the constituency? Do you believe that? You believe them are going to put them full support behind you and put money behind your campaign in the general election? You really believe that? You think them are going to represent or stand up with an independent candidate in the general election? Because them are going to want that constituency to take over the government, you know, or to win the election, you know. That are one constituency where them need. Them don't need it as an independent. Them need it as a PNP. You see what I say? So continue being used by Mark Golding to measure where he's at in that constituency. Use that and make them use you to try and upset Mrs. Philibert so them can run around and say PMP win because of that them are going to say. And that everybody are going to say. So them can't lose in this, you know. You, Mr. Gillens, you have everything to lose. Continue being an experiment. And you PNP comrades continue make Mark Golding take you for idiot. Because him and Dayton Campbell said them not contest no by-election, but them out there campaigning in full for an independent candidate. I saw them want to go in a representation. They want to represent you, Southern Trewlany, but they are waiting for the general election. So you need a nothing now. The general election is 1 year away. Yeah? Based on the Constitution. Meaning, when I say 1 year away, I mean, say Andrew will can call tal in a 1 year's time. Call 2025 it a call. So Andrew will can call tal next year, November, you know. After the next conference, you know. Based on my understanding, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah? Because when I say every 5 years, I win the 5 years start. I win the middle last time. Correct me in the comment and tell me. Yeah? But don't major that the minor. The question is, Trewlany, Southern Trewlany, who don't have dire needs now. No want representation. Who now wait one? The general election to get representation? No say we no want water. No say we no want road. No say we no want food price to go down. No want somebody in a parliament to stand up for you. Anyway, we're not supposed to talk so long. But, yeah.